Percents are very useful for calculating tax on the sale of something. This is one of the most common uses of percent calculations. In this video, we will look at examples of calculating tax for different dollar amounts. Let's start with an example. At a grocery store, you purchase $67.50 worth of groceries. The sales tax is 5.5%. How much more is the grocery bill? Calculating tax is usually finding the percent of a number, or a fractional value. The result is usually less than the original amount. The percent formula for calculating tax is shown here. The cost shown in the formula is the pre-tax amount. The tax rate is usually written as a decimal. Let's plug in the values into the formula. The cost was $67.50, and we write it as a decimal here. The tax rate is 5.5% and is written as a decimal here. The product is 3.7125. We round to the nearest cent to find that the tax is $3.71. If you wanted to calculate the total amount owed, you would have added 1 to the tax rate and calculated a percent increase. Let's look at another example. When selling iPads and mobile devices in Europe, a 20% tax is levied. For a $499.99 iPad, how much tax would be owed? This is an example of a value-added tax, sometimes called a VAT. When selling overseas, a VAT tax is applied to the base price. To calculate the tax, use this formula. The cost is the pre-tax rate of the item. The tax rate is usually written as a decimal. Let's plug in the values into the formula. The cost is $499.99 and is shown here. The VAT tax is 20% and is written as a decimal here. The product is 99.998. Rounding to the nearest cent yields $99.99. Let's look at a final example. The property tax in a certain county is 0.8764% per year. How much of a property tax is owed on a house that is appraised at $525,000? With real estate property tax, you are often dealing with very large values for the price of a property and small real estate property taxes. To calculate the property tax, use this formula. Plug in the values for cost and tax rate, which is written as a decimal. Although the property value is very high, the tax rate is a small decimal. The result is $4,601.10.